Hi everyone, welcome to your online maths lesson for today. Before we get into the actual maths lesson, we are going to do some fluency, and this time we're going to practice counting in our fives, getting us ready for our times tables next week. So the first job that we're going to do is we're going to look at the sequence and we're going to follow it along counting in our fives. So get yourselves ready. 3, 2, 1, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Well done if you said all of those numbers. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And whilst your eyes are closed, I'm going to hide some of our numbers. When I ask you to open your eyes, we're going to say the sequence again, and you need to tell me what is missing from behind those boxes. So close your eyes, no peeking, no cheating, and open your eyes. Now you might be thinking to yourself that you know which numbers are missing, but let's say the sequence again, starting with 0. 3, 2, 1, 0, 5, 10, 15. That's right, the missing number is 20. Well done if you got that. Let's carry on. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That's right, well done if you said that. Let's finish the sequence. 50, 55, 60. Well done if you managed to find what those missing numbers were. Close your eyes one more time and we will try that again. So no peeking, no cheating, and open up your eyes again. Now you might already know what those missing numbers are, but let's say the sequence again from the beginning then. 3, 2, 1, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well done if you said 35 was the missing number. Let's carry on. 40, 45, 50, 55. Well done if you said that 60 was the missing number. Keep practicing counting in your fives. It will get easier the more you practice it. And next week we'll have lots of activities all about our 5 times tables. So now we're going to start the actual maths lesson. And we're carrying on with what we did yesterday, which is all about using the formal written method to subtract two two-digit numbers. So I've got a question here, and what I'd like you to do, I'd like to pause the video here and have a go at working out the answer to this question based on what we learned yesterday. When you finish that, you can play the video and then we will go together and you can check if you got the right answer. Remember, if you need a little bit more time, you can still keep the video paused, but let's go through it together now. So we need to know what our first number is. Our first number has got 4 tens, that's right. But it doesn't have anything in our ones column, so what does that mean? That's right, that means our starting number has got 0 ones, well done. And we are subtracting, isn't that right? We are subtracting 26. Brilliant. So where do we start? We always start with the ones, that's right. So following our success criteria there, I am starting with 0 ones, that's right. I'm starting with 0 ones. Do I have enough to be able to subtract 6 ones? No, I do not. So where can I get myself some ones from? Well done if you remembered that we can exchange one of our tens from the tens column into, that's right, we're going to exchange it for 10 ones. because tens do not belong in the ones column. But 110 is equal to 10 ones. Now do I have enough to be able to subtract 6? Yes, I do, that's right, well done. So now subtract the ones, how many do we have left? So I'm starting with 10 ones, and I'm going to subtract 6 of them. If you know your number bonds to 10, then you will know that 10 subtract 6 equals 4. Well done. So now that we've worked out how many ones we have left, now we can finally subtract the tens. So I don't have 4 tens anymore because one of my tens became 10 ones instead. So that means I'm left with 3 tens, and I am subtracting 2 of them. So that means I've got 1 10 left. So 40 subtract 26 equals 14. Well done if you managed to work out that correctly. So we just did 40 take away 26. I want you to have a look at the next calculation, and I want you to think what is the same and what is different about the calculation that we have now. If you need a little bit more time to think, then feel free to pause the video. But you might have said something along the lines of, this calculation still has 4 tens. I'm still subtracting 26, but this time, instead of having 0 ones, I've now got 4 ones. So let's have a look at how this calculation would be solved. So let's work it out. I've got 4 tens, and I've got 4 ones as well here. And I'm subtracting 26. Following our success criteria then to work out the answer. I am starting with, well, this time I'm not starting with 0 ones like I was before. I'm starting with 4 ones. Do I have enough to be able to subtract 6 ones? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't. I do not have enough to be able to subtract 6 ones. So that means I need to get myself some more ones here to be able to take away 6. So where would those ones come from? Where do you think I could get some ones from? Well done if you said that I could exchange one of the tens from my tens column into 10 ones. That's right, because 1 10 is equal to 10 ones. So now do I have enough to be able to take away 6? That's right, I do. So let's subtract 6. So now I've got 10 and 4 together. I've got 14 ones. So now let's take away those 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What does that leave me with? How many ones do I have left? That's right, I've got 8 ones left. So I started by counting up my ones, realizing that I didn't have enough to take away 6. So I had to exchange one of my tens for 10 more ones, which then gave me 14 ones. And then when I subtracted 6, then I had 8 ones remaining. So now that I've worked out how many ones are left, I can finally subtract the tens. So I don't have 4 tens anymore because one of my tens was exchanged for 10 ones. So I've only got 3 tens left, and I'm subtracting 2 of them. And that leaves me with 1 10. Fabulous. So 44 take away 26 is 18. What we're going to do is we're going to try one more together, and then I'm going to reveal this question here, and hopefully you can use my example to help you solve your independent challenge. So let's have a look. I'm starting with 4 tens, and I'm starting with 4 ones again. I'm starting with 44, and I am subtracting 28 this time. Fabulous. So following my success criteria, I am starting with, how many ones am I starting with? 4, that's right. I'm starting with 4 ones. Do I have enough to be able to subtract 8 ones? No, I don't, because 4 is smaller than 8. So I don't have enough here to subtract 8. So that means I need to get some more ones. Where are those ones going to come from, do you think? That's right, I'm going to exchange one of my 10s into 10 ones. Now exchange means swap for something equal. So I'm going to take that 10 and I'm going to exchange it or swap it for 10 ones. So now, instead of having 4 ones, I've actually got 14 ones. Now do I have enough to be able to subtract 8? Yes, I do, because 14 is bigger than 8. So I've got plenty there to be able to subtract 8. So let's do that then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done. What does that leave us with then? How many ones do we have left here? That's right, we've got 6 ones left there. So I write that I've got 6 ones left down here underneath my ones column inside my equal sign. When I've worked out how many ones I've got left, then I can move on to my 10s. So I'm starting with not 4 10s anymore, because one of my 10s was exchanged for 10 more ones. So I've only got 3 10s left, and I'm going to subtract 2 of them. So 1, 2, they have been subtracted, and that leaves me with 1 10 left. So 44 take away 28 equals 16. Fabulous. So what I'll do is I'll reveal this question for you. And I'm going to ask you to pause the video here, talk through how to work it out, see if you can calculate the answer. You might want to write it down on a whiteboard or piece of paper in front of you. And then when you're ready, play the video again and we'll go through the answer together. Are you ready to go through the answer? Let's try then. So I'm starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s. My starting number has got 5 10s and it has got 1 1. That's right, well done. And I'm subtracting 13. Remember that teen at the end of 13 tells me that it has 1 10. So 51 subtract 13. Where do we start year 2? Well done, we always start with the ones column. So following our success criteria then, I am starting with, how many ones am I starting with? 1, well done. I am starting with 1 1. And I can take that off. Do I have enough to be able to subtract 3 ones? No, I don't, because 1 is much smaller than 3. So I do not have enough to be able to subtract 3 ones. So that means I need to get some more ones from somewhere. Where can I get some more ones from? That's right, I can exchange one of my 10s for 10 ones. So remember, it is an equal swap. So 1 10 is equal to 10 ones. So now instead of having 1 1, I've now got 11 ones. Well done. So now do I have enough to be able to subtract 3? Yes, because 11 is much bigger than 3. So let's subtract our 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. Fabulous. And then how many ones do we have left? Well done, we have 8 ones left. So now that I've been able to subtract my ones, I can finally subtract my 10s. So I'm starting with not 5 10s anymore, because one of those 10s became 10 ones. I've now got 4 10s instead. So 4 10s subtract one of those 10s leaves me with 3 10s. So the answer to 51 subtract 13 is 38. Well done if you got that one right. So what I'm going to show you now is how we would write this solely in an abstract form. That means without any D's. How would this look just with the numbers? So when I'm writing it down, maybe on a piece of paper, or if we were in school in your maths book, I would start with a 10s column and a 1s column. And then my top number has to be written first. So my first number, which is on the top, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 5 10s. And it's got 4 1s. So my top number, the number that I'm starting with, is 54. And then I am subtracting, don't forget to write your subtraction symbol. I am taking away 25. So 2 10s and 5 1s. Now don't forget, all of this is supposed to be neatly recorded in columns. That's why we call it the column method. And then I have to draw my giant equal sign underneath, ready to write my answer. So now that I have my calculation set up, now I'm ready to work it out. Following our success criteria then, we always start with the ones. I am starting with, how many ones am I starting with? 4 ones, that's right, well done. I'm starting with 4 ones. Do I have enough ones to be able to subtract 5 ones? That's right, I don't have enough because 4 is smaller than 5. So that must mean that I need to get some ones from somewhere. Where can I get some more ones from? That's right, if we follow our success criteria, it says that we need to exchange one of our 10s for 10 ones. So let's take one of our 10s from our 10s column and put it in our ones column. Now we know that 10s are not allowed in our ones column, so I need to swap them for an equal number of ones. So my 1 10 is now being exchanged for 10 ones. So what just happened there is we took one of our 10s and we put that 10 over here in our ones column. And that shows me that I don't actually have 5 10s anymore. If we have a look, I've only got 4 10s left. So I'm going to write that I've got 4 10s left. And what I can see is that instead of having 4 ones now, like I did at the beginning, I've now got 14 ones because I have 10 more than I started with. And over here, you can see that we've got 14 ones. Now 14 is much bigger than 5. So now that we've made our exchange, we finally have enough to be able to subtract 5. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, that leaves us with 9 ones. So 14 subtract 5 equals 9 ones left. And when we finally worked out how many ones are left, we can begin subtracting our tens. Now remember, we don't have 5 tens anymore because one of those tens moved into our ones column to give us some more ones. So we've only got 4 tens left. And if I subtract 2 of my tens, that leaves me with 2 tens. So 54 take away 25 leaves us with the answer 29. I'm going to show you that one more time over here in the abstract form, so without any deans to help you. And then I'm going to ask you to pause the screen and work the answer to this calculation out by yourself or with an adult. And then when you finish that calculation, you can resume the video and we'll go through it together. So my turn. I am starting with, so remember the number on top is what I am starting with. I am starting with 5 ones this time. Do I have enough to be able to subtract 8 ones? No, I don't, because 5 is smaller than 8. So I don't have enough to be able to do 5 take away 8. So what do I need to do? I need to get myself some more ones. Where do those ones come from? That's right, I need to exchange one of my tens into 10 ones. So I'm going to take one of my tens away from my tens column and put it into my ones column. Do I have 8 tens left if I took one of them out and put it in my ones column? No, I've got 7 tens left. So I'm going to show that by crossing out my 8 and replacing it for a 7. And that 1 10 that was taken from here gets put here next to my ones.